Hi, it's Steve Halleck here with TikToking, and I'm going to do another unboxing and review video. If you like these videos, please subscribe to the channel. The more subscribers I get, the more people I know are watching, and then I can go seek out some really cool watches to show you guys. So today I have one of my favorite watches in the whole industry. This is a Bethune DB28. So let's unbox it first. We've got this sort of velvet bag it comes in, and you take it out and you get basically what looks like a leather-bound book. So let's open it up, and inside you have your papers, a certificate, all that stuff. And then here's what's pretty cool. Normally you would see the watch at this point in almost every other company's packaging, but here you see the Bethune actually comes in a travel case. So this is really useful and a really cool bit of packaging, and it's really nice too. It's this nice leather, and it pulls out, and you can see there's the Bethune plaque, and here is the watch. So the case is custom fit for the watch, and if we pull the watch out for a second, you can see, yeah, it's custom fit there. The strap sort of goes back and down there. And then here is actually a special hole to store the pusher for the moon phase corrector. And you can see even this pusher is titanium with a blued point and ball here, and really actually beautiful quality. So this whole thing is really neat, and having a travel case is really nice. So pretty cool packaging. Let's take a look at the watch. So this really is, as I said, one of my favorite watches in the whole industry. This thing basically just kicks ass. So this one is in titanium. I think all the DB28s are titanium. Some have some gold pieces, and some even have like blued lugs and things like that. But I think the base metal is always titanium. And while it looks like a really substantial piece, it's actually really light. And is incredibly comfortable to wear because of these articulating lugs. So you can see here they're spring-loaded, and the whole thing kind of comes down and hugs onto the wrist. The case itself is obviously very unique with those lugs. At the bottom here you have this sort of portion that juts out, and obviously you have the crown up here at 12 o'clock. The pusher that I was mentioning for the moon phase is hidden here in that lug, and that corrects this. So this is the three-dimensional moon phase down there. So it's actually a globe that spins, and as you can see, one half of it is blued and another half is high polished. So when the high polished side is all the way, that's a full moon, and then the blued sort of darker side is all the way, that's a new moon. Right now it's at sort of close to a half. So that's one of the really cool technical things here. You've got Bethune does a ton of work on balance wheels and escapements and hairsprings. So here you have their, I believe, patented silicon balance wheel. So that disc there that looks like it's not moving and just has a pulsating hairspring on it is actually the balance wheel, and it is moving back and forth, but it's so perfectly round that you can barely even see it move. So that's super cool, and you can see even that is this like very shiny kind of high polish. It's a silicon inside, and then I believe around the edge is a ring of either palladium or platinum to give it weight, but it can be made and weighted perfectly so that it can be perfectly round and doesn't need any other weights. And then on top, as I mentioned, you have that hairspring. That's another Bethune patented thing. They have a patented hairspring. And the whole escapement and balance mechanism is mounted on this really innovative shock absorption system. So you can see these bars kind of mount into the top of the movement there and come down and then hold everything on this really neat, almost tourbillon-like bridge And that's all mounted on these kind of shock absorbers. So this should be a really kind of durable watch. It would be very difficult to hurt that mechanism with that amount of shock absorption that's there. So another really cool feature. You can see the case being titanium, to have this sort of high polish on it is incredibly difficult to achieve. It's just hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of hand polishing to be able to get polish on titanium like that. And you can see that same handwork carry on to the movement itself. If you look at this middle big sort of Star Trek-y looking bridge here, it's basically in like a super black polish to a mirrored state. And then you've got these ruthenium coated bridges that are also wonderfully polished. So the whole thing is just a level of quality that you really don't see almost anywhere else. I mean, what de Bethune is doing is just shockingly amazing. And to, on top of that quality, have innovations such as their own hairsprings and balances and all of this stuff they're making in-house. I mean, these are not off-the-rack movement parts. So it's just really incredible. You can see even the hands. I mean, what a beautiful pair of hands. Three-dimensional and sleek, but modern, and just really cool. So on the back, you've got the logo, and up here is actually a power reserve. This thing has a 6-day power reserve. It's got twin barrels, and it's manual wind with a screwed crown. So pretty cool. Because of this lug, you can just move the lug down and you get to the crown really easily. So if we screw it out, you can hear it wind, and we'll wind it up here. Anyway, so that's your power reserve. And otherwise, it's despite looking like a sort of super crazy piece of insane technology, it's a pretty simple watch. It's just a time-only watch with a moon phase. And so it should be familiar to everyone in what it does and how it works. It's just an amazing execution of that. So I'll show it to you on the wrist. First, I want to show you the strap. The straps that they put these on are really nice. They're this croc-lined croc straps, and they're sort of thin and very soft and really nice. And it's got this cool titanium buckle as well. So let's put it on. One of the other really cool things about the design of this piece is that there's no branding at all on the dial. Like you can see, it doesn't even say de Bethune. There's not a word on this thing. And I think that ends up making a really cool look for the whole piece. It really looks like a purpose-built machine. But here you can see it on my wrist. I have pretty small wrists, and you can see how the lugs still really hug my wrist. And the watch sits very nicely and is very comfortable to wear. Certainly a piece that's going to draw attention from anybody around. It is not a quiet watch, although it's round and sort of looks like a watch as compared to an mb&f or an Urwerk or something. It is definitely does not look like your everyday watch, and most everybody in the world has never seen something that looks like this. So this is just a spectacular piece, and I hope everybody can see one in the metal and hold it for themselves one day, because it really doesn't get any better than this. This is sort of the peak of the industry here. All right, so that's all I got. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I mentioned, subscribe to the channel if you want more than these. I'm gonna try to do a new one about every week or so, and I'm gonna try to seek out some really cool watches. So hit subscribe. Leave anything in the comments if you have any questions. I'll try to answer them, and I'll see you next time.